gotten so bad she can't even go into City Hall and do her job.
I can't work under the stress. I can't work under the harassment, the retaliation.
You guys have covered Dalton. You guys have covered what's going on in Dalton forever. What's happening here is worse. Complete mismanagement.
So we all remember that time Mayor Henyard from Dalton dressed up as Nita Brown from New Jack City, right? Running her town like it's a gangster flick. Well, meet Thaddeus Jones of Calumet City. He doesn't just dress like he's in a movie. He is running a sequel that no one asked for. This man has more scandals than a soap opera, and there are people out there saying that Henyard might be bad, but Jones could be possibly worse. By the way, Calumet City is in Thornton Township, and it takes about 10 minutes to travel from Dalton to Calumet City. So let's get into this because this story has everything: lawsuits, lockouts, and city hall politics that just follows the Illinois Southland political playbook. Let's get into it. Now, before we get into the absolute circus that unfolded yesterday, you know, where the mayor locked the city council out of City Hall like he's a bouncer at a VIP club, let's rewind a bit, because Thaddeus Jones didn't just wake up one day and decide to star in his own political reality show. No, this man has been laying the groundwork for chaos for years. From campaign finance scandals to legal battles, Jones has a history that is as messy as it is ridiculous. So let's dive into the greatest hits of Mayor Thaddeus Jones before we unpack the latest chapter in this political soap opera. Let's start with his 2017 campaign finance scandal, because why wait to make headlines when you can dive headfirst into controversy?
Thaddeus Jones wants to be the next mayor of Calumet City, Illinois. He's already an alderman and a state representative, and it's alleged he misspent a small fortune in campaign funds.
State Representative Jones, these are some pretty damning allegations.
There's no campaign misspending. We followed the law.
So like I said, back in 2017, Jones' campaign fund looked less like a political war chest and more like his personal piggy bank. Allegedly, he was making payments to his fiancée and his ex-wife for campaign work.
But a complaint filed with the Illinois State Board of Elections paints Thaddeus Jones's campaign spending as highly suspicious and truly unbelievable.
The spending as reported is just it's severe and it's outrageous.
It's alleged some of these funds are going towards his fiancée.
Yes.
A total of more than $5,000 since January 14.
And some are going to his ex-wife.
Yes.
$2,200 for, in part, campaign work, school, and tuition assistance.
This isn't just bad reporting or bad bookkeeping. This is a clear violation of the law.
That's not true. This is political allegations.
The complaint also raises questions about the $95,000 in loans that Jones campaign committees reportedly made to Jones's nonprofit. Also in question, the more than $50,000 that Jones has personally received from his campaign committees. Jones believes this and other allegations are politically motivated. You're going to fight this?
Of course I'm gonna fight it. There's no truth to it. So yes, I'm gonna fight it.
Yeah, because nothing says like vote for me like paying your ex for some vague political consulting. And we cannot forget about this: 74 separate tabs at Hooters.
Frequent meals at this Hooters in South Suburban Lansing. We counted 74 visits since January 2014. The total tab, per the complaint, nearly $6,800 in campaign funds.
Was that all campaign related?
No, that was a fundraiser event that we did with the policemen and firemen.
74. That's not even questionable at this point. That is just commitment. If he only cared about Calumet City as much as he cared about those wings. Now, I'll be completely honest with you. I have never, ever been to Hooters. Never. Is it worth it? How are the wings? Let me know. Put in the comments below what your thoughts on Hooters. But let me get back on track. Very similar to a lot of positions in Illinois, a lot of people having more than one position. So in this situation, there's this whole mayor or state representative. Well, I guess he could have both, right? Jones somehow decided that he could juggle being a mayor of Calumet City and serve as a state representative for the 29th district at the same time. When people point out that this might be, you know, insane, Jones basically shrugged and said, why not? And the Illinois Supreme Court eventually said, sure, knock yourself out. And so far he has been knocking himself out. Managing two jobs like this isn't just multitasking, it's overachieving in all the wrong ways. How it's not conflict of interest, but you know what? That's how they want to run things, so it is what it is. Now, let's go to 2021 where they had some crazy situations with the audit. Jones ordered an audit of City Hall that somehow spiraled into a full-blown scandal. Allegedly, his city clerk destroyed 2 truckloads of records.
Calumet City clerk is accusing the mayor there of bullying her. Today, Nyota Figs spoke out about her experience with Mayor Thaddeus Jones. She says this all started after she told the mayor he wasn't following the law by posting meetings publicly. After that, she says everything went downhill and that it's gotten so bad she can't even go into City Hall and do her job.
I can't work under the stress. I can't work under the harassment, the retaliation. I'm uncomfortable.
The mayor says Figs is actually at fault here and has made several mistakes, including, quote, losing nearly $3 million of city funds by mismanaging a federally funded program. Mayor Jones says his administration is doing a forensic audit and will release the results of that audit soon.
And suddenly we're in the middle of a political soap opera that makes House of Cards look realistic. And don't forget the $1 million in uncollected traffic fines that the audit uncovered. That's right. $1 million just chilling in unpaid fines, like Calumet City is running a get out of jail free card program. And also we cannot forget his interesting relationship with property taxes. Earlier this year, it came out that Jones hasn't paid property taxes for 2 years. Then when he finally coughed up the cash, he overpaid about $1,500, which apparently made up for the missing payments. I guess that's one way to handle finances, just throw money at the problem and hope no one notices the initial screw up. So after all that, you think Thaddeus Jones might take a breather, maybe sit back and focus on running the city. Nope, he decided to crank up things a notch. Let's get into the next set of disasters that laid the foundation for his recent antics. The city clerk accused of destroying records. That drama turned into a lawsuit that has been dragging on forever, for years. Jones has pushed this lawsuit forward like it's his life's mission. Meanwhile, the city council is just trying to kill it, calling it baseless and a waste of resources. But Jones wasn't having it. In fact, Alderman James Patton says that the mayor outright blocked any motion to dismiss this case for 3 years. It's like the guy didn't even care that half the city thought that the lawsuit was petty at best and vindictive at worst.
Alderman James Patton organized a special meeting Wednesday night to vote to dismiss this lawsuit set for trial this week. The mayor's administration filed it against city clerk Nyota Figs 3 years ago when an audit accused her of destroying documents.
We have contended for a long time that the lawsuit was not filed in good faith.
Let's fast forward to yesterday. The situation was so ridiculous, it definitely looks like an episode of The Office or Parks and Recreation. So picture this, the city council plans a special meeting to dismiss this never-ending lawsuit, but surprise, surprise, City Hall is closed. Why? According to Jones, there's some plumbing issues. According to everyone else, he is just being petty. And honestly, I can't blame them for doubting him.
That's because City Hall abruptly closed around noon today. The mayor blames plumbing issues. The council members who attended tonight's special meeting don't buy it. They believe the mayor was trying to block this meeting tonight.
That motion is approved by the council majority, and the meeting is adjourned.
All in favor? Meeting adjourned.
They voted in favor of dropping a lawsuit against the person taking the roll call during the meeting, City Clerk Nyota Figs. Back in 2021, newly elected Mayor Thaddeus Jones, who's also the 29th District State Rep, asked for an audit of City Hall. He says shortly after, Figs destroyed 2 truckloads of city records without permission, so the city sued.
I think the lawsuit was BS to begin with.
After all, this is the same guy who's made a career out of blocking council motions like he's playing political dodgeball. When the council members showed up, they found barricades, caution tape, and a locked door. Oh, and a sign citing unforeseen emergency circumstances. You know, just your average day at City Hall. Now, the building, what I looked at, didn't seem like it was on fire or there's some kind of battle going on in there. The council didn't buy it for a second. Alderman Patton straight up called it a stunt to stop the meeting. And honestly, he might be right. After all, Jones has been trying to keep this lawsuit alive for 3 years, and the timing is way too convenient. But the council didn't let a locked door stop them. Nope, they voted to dismiss the lawsuit. And guess what? Obviously, the motion passed. Hicks, who has been dealing with this mess for years, finally got a win. She called it 4 years of bullying and retaliation coming to an end.
Clerk Figs says she's thankful for the late-night outdoor vote.
It's been 4 years of bullying, 4 years of being locked out of the office, of just my duties being taken away, being demeaned, text messages being sent out about me.
Meanwhile, Jones was inside probably thinking about his next move. Let's talk about Jones' response. Obviously, Jones wasn't going to take this lying down. He issued a statement saying that the council didn't have the authority to dismiss the lawsuits and called the whole thing a political ploy. He even doubled down on his claims about Hicks destroying records, because why not throw some more gas on the fire?
The mayor also said in his statement, quote, "The city council doesn't have the authority to dismiss a lawsuit. Under ordinance number 2-492, only the mayor can direct legal work. This is a political ploy by a failed candidate and a city clerk who destroyed city records."
At this point, Jones is just doing what he has to do to survive. I guess you could call it political deflection. So let's get to the question everyone's asking. Is Thaddeus Jones really worse than Mayor Henyard? Well, it depends on how you measure worse. Henyard has a lot of problems that we've been discussed the last couple of days, but Thaddeus Jones is less flashy. He's more calculated. And there's a lot of scandals, and I've been receiving a lot of emails for months about Calumet City and how all of the things have been going on in that area. They want this type of stuff to be exposed. And when you think about it, his scandals aren't just about bad decisions. They're about doubling down on them and dragging everyone else into the chaos. From lawsuits to locked doors, Jones has managed to turn Calumet City politics into a full-blown soap opera. So it's very similar to Mayor Henyard. When you think about Jones and Henyard, they're just symptoms of a bigger problem. Local politics shouldn't be this messy. But here we are, watching two towns compete for the title of most dysfunctional. As we always have to say, it's the residents who suffer the most. They deserve better, but instead they're stuck watching their leaders play petty games with taxpayer money. So we're going to continue to follow the situation in Calumet City. I'm sure there's going to be more information. If you have information about Calumet City, if you live there and you have issues with the Mayor Thaddeus Jones, please email me, h@hannibalishungry.com, we could talk about this as well. Because at this point, there's so much issues happening in this area. I mean, that's why people say Illinois is one of the most corrupt states in the country. So let me know what you guys think about this story. Thank you for taking time to watch this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.